Good morning and welcome to this first ever episode of Espace TV. We've created Espace TV with one simple goal: to make our customers' lives easier. We'll do this by delivering freight related tips and tricks to your inbox every other week. Not every episode will be relevant to you, but many of them will be. Simply by implementing a few of these tips, you could save some time and money or just be that little bit more efficient. 4 years ago, we became educators. The appetite for Brexit information was off the scale back then. It was a win-win approach. The more we educated, the less stressed and more prepared our customers felt about Brexit, and the better they felt about us. Brexit has come and gone, but we want to carry on educating people about freight-related topics to help them make their day job that little bit easier. Ironically, our first episode is about making Brexit easier by selling DDP, delivered duty paid into Europe. As everyone in logistics knows, on January the 1st, 2021, exporting and importing to and from Europe got that little bit harder. There was no longer free flow of goods, and the extra admin involved in sending a simple shipment caused headaches for everyone involved. New systems, new Incoterms to get to grips with, and new processes meant that what was once a quick and easy movement from A to B was now an admin-heavy, more expensive and time-consuming movement. With all this to consider, UK exporters opted in the main to export under DAP terms. There was a clear exporter of record, a clear importer of record, and therefore the DAP process seemed to be the simplest way to move cargo for them. Since Brexit, we've seen a considerable decrease in export freight to Europe. European buyers are reluctant to buy from the UK because of the additional hassle factor and the cost. VAT, duty, import clearance. Stats clearly show that the Brexit factor has lowered the appetite of the EU to buy from the UK. The UK government have launched a commercial strategy to turn this around. They're investing in UK manufacturing and are supporting the export effort with their Race to a Trillion policy, with view to increase exports from 600 billion to 1 trillion by 2030. Surely the key to this is making UK export as attractive to the EU buyer as possible. Now that the initial Brexit fear factor has dissipated and experience of moving freight in this post-Brexit world has developed, there are ways to facilitate DDP exports to allow the EU importer to buy from Britain like Brexit never happened. There is a solution. Here's our commercial director, Geoff Yates, to explain how we can make this possible.
Well, firstly, the good news is selling and exporting goods into Europe using the DDP Incoterm is easier now than it's ever been. DDP is short for Delivered Duty Paid, which means the importer or buyer is relieved of any customs obligations. All they need to do is order the goods and offload the delivery. There was a fear before Brexit that a shipper would need a fiscal representative and VAT number in each country they were importing into, along with a customs broker, and that's not the case. I think it's important to recognise it's unlikely that any existing trade lanes, unless there's anything drastically wrong, will want to change Incoterm. But we would recommend exploring DDP as part of an export growth strategy to win new lanes or regain old ones which expired as a result of Brexit. Benefits of DDP from a customs point of view are for the importer or buyer in Europe. Under a DDP sale, they no longer need to appoint a customs agent, pay customs clearance fees, account for or pay for import VAT, pay import duties, or expect shipment delays and issues. That said, there are benefits to the exporter too, and a good freight forwarder will understand the setup process and be able to make the necessary introductions with the third parties required. The movement of a full load, for example, into Germany using DDP is actually easier than moving the same full load DAP. I've listed a moment ago 5 reasons why a European customer might not want to order goods from a British shipper. We call these barriers to trade. Using the DDP Incoterm removes all of these barriers, and a European customer could buy from you just as they did before Brexit, or as they do from your European competition now. We have already seen customers adopting DDP and seen the benefits to their business in terms of improved customer relationships and increased trade lanes.
Thanks, Geoff. I hope that today's episode has been helpful to you as an exporter. Is DDP right for you? Let us know. If you'd like to talk to us about DDP solutions and ways to facilitate DDP export, drop us an email at easyeu@espaceglobalfreight.com. As always, we're here to help.